You gotta listen for imaginations, man. Infatuation can be useful until you see you shaking Satan's hand. Running around like you say a man. Getting fucked to say a man. Play a card and play a hand. Make sure you know these your friends, the bed you lay with them. You could've had better thoughts and feelings, you stay with them. You watch them like your child. You told me this your gal. Why she over here with me? Why she steady fearing me? Why she over here with me? Why she steady fearing me? Why she over here with me? Why she steady fearing me? You told me this your girl. Why she over here with me? Why she steady fearing me? Why she over here with me? Why she steady fearing me? Yeah, I must know something you don't. Pulling cards like who don't or who won't. Put them in a coffin when they shit get exhausted. Let the dead bury the dead for them take the offering. Treated shit like he never existed how he wanted. Michael Jordan, trolling like Michael Jordan. They keep our shit rolling. The spirit of VENMO, fuck the world, y'all some hoes, man. I'm the hard one, I'm the pole man, but I got a heart though. Keep that for your bitch though. She gon' make me rich though. I'ma call her big though. I taught her to sister, since she ain't been back since though. She like the pole man, take her soul, man. Why she over here with me? Why she steady fearing me? That's we in reality. I create reality. He like, why you over here with dude? Cause I'ma catch your attitude. My money and my fucking smiles. Jari, how you in the nude? I should really have to do anything applicable. Manifested what we wanted. I got it for me and you. But lately you been acting weird, but I guess it's cool. Is anything I'm doing, bro? Oh, fuck, I mean, he ain't have to say that. Yeah. Spirit of Cito Zeus and my evil cool. What it wanted anyway, but the truth, yeah. What it's here anyway, but the truth, yeah. Only way I like to think of you, yeah. Ain't got nothing to say, play a fruit, yeah. Michael Jordan. Rest in peace, VENMO. Y'all know VENMO. Chicago legend and stuff like that. Yeah. Y'all know where I got that Michael Jordan from. If y'all know what VENMO, Vine days and shit like that. Speaking of, man, we processing this Drake shit, bro. Like, let's really sit. Let's really take a time to understand and like start to get grips with that we are entering a new phase in music. We're entering a new phase in hip hop. We're entering a new phase. It don't look good for Drake. I tried to give it like a little grace. Like, nah, they ain't trying to do Drake like that. You know, I was like, no, he Jewish, man. They ain't trying to do the Jews like that and stuff. I thought it wouldn't go, but I don't know, man. These guys that's behind the scenes, man, like they don't even think they human no more. Like they taking our concept that maybe something like that, and they think they robots or something now. So it's just like all the movies you see and stuff like that with the robots talking in the computer and them and stuff like that. That's them. Like these weird, like, what's that movie? Like, what was that movie when there was like, I don't know. It was like artificial intelligence and the intelligence. I think it was like a Marvel movie or something like that. It was like, it was creating worlds for the person and stuff, like beating his ass type shit. Like that, like that's what they probably think they is, because I just can't see it no other way. Like I'm trying to actually see it a different way, but it's kind of hard for me to process right now like that. But we gonna get to this Drake situation, because obviously, you know, homeboy on CNN, and I saw Charlemagne like get on some shit like and say some shit. I'm like, oh, this shit is happening. I'm like, this shit happening for real. This is like really happening and stuff like that. And you know, look, I can tell you right now, look, I don't really care like that. I'm a rapper and shit like that. And I, you know,
my friends and all of us, we into the hip hop world. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? We into the hip hop world. So these discussions that come up in the group chat. We have changed some bars and shit like that. But everybody got their own opinion. But Cito, I gotta share my own light about this situation. Woo! They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Dot. Oh, moment of silence for Drake, y'all. I can see it in your eyes. You're angry. Oh, you mad? They ain't like me. It's a weird time when it comes to processing this information. So it's like when it's there, it's like you got to take it a step deeper. You actually got to look at the logic. You got to actually look at society. You actually got to look at marketing. You actually got to look at company. You actually got to look at stock. You actually got to look at what's actually going on, not just in the hip hop world. Like, you got to go beyond your scope and things when you understand, like, because you could be lost in a dream. You could be lost in a fantasy world, and this happens all the time. This has happened to, and it's funny too, he's calling himself Michael Jackson, and like Michael Jackson had the lawsuit with Universal Music Group, and people are saying like they had some shit with him and stuff like that when he was getting big, and so it's like, is this native hobbyism again, or new age, like really new age concept? Like, these guys are going deep in their mind, like, what I'm saying, they be going deep. But this is why I think this will be the end of Drake. I'm not saying, and everybody can test my theory. Y'all can have y'all opinions, and share them in the comment, and respond with your videos and things. But this just is how I look at it. I'm Aquarius, so like I got a lot of information. I'm into politics. I'm into a lot of things. So when I compile my information, I'm like, oh, I see, like, oh, this is kind of for real. Like, the moment you get CNN coverage, okay, it's like, but the CNN narrative is that you're whining and stuff like that, and there's people on there talking about you whining that's from CNN. I'm like, oh, this how I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, somebody in UMG knows somebody in CNN that's paying for this coverage for him. And because it's on this platform and stuff like that, shit, it's only narratives and agendas that run with that type of coverage and shit like that. So it's like, okay, now I'm looking at it like he a part of some whole bigger shit. You know what I'm saying? Some whole other shit. And I just put on my thinking cap. I'm thinking light bulb, because I was trying to get it. I was trying to like figure it out. I was trying to get it. I was trying to like see like, okay, like what's going on. And I came to grips, and I came up with 4 conclusions about why this will be the end of Drake. Not only did I try to warn him 11 months ago on my song, I did try to warn the boy. I did give him a fair warning. But, to say, like I said, it's really none of my business, when it comes to his career, but just me being Zeus, the spirit coach, Calez, it is my business to make sure that people don't get lost in imaginations. And that's kind of what I specialize in, what I'm saying? Very real lifey, very real to the bone, very real to the core and stuff, very Capricorn rising. All right. Yeah, so let's get into this transition as we I don't know, I don't know how the Jews is taking this either. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know how they feel, but you know, I know Kendrick and them is up. You know, Kendrick just dropped GNX and stuff like that. And the homies say it's slapping in the group chat and stuff like that. So, you know, I didn't heard a couple things. I'm like, oh yeah, it's slapper. You know what I'm saying? And things, and they, they wet. You know, shout out to Kendrick. They wet off winning and stuff. But I think this is what's happening with him and stuff like that. It don't really got nothing to do with Kendrick. And we're going to get to that in a minute or so. You know what I'm saying? Going a lot. So, yeah. So, these are the... my boy. Yeah, these are the reasons. These are the reasons I feel like this kind of will be the end, and when we even look into this scope, this kind of ties into like what we all been talking, like I said, what I've been talking about, what the natives been talking about, you know what I'm saying, other natives and shit, native hobbyism, this has been Native American Heritage Month. I didn't drop a couple tracks on streaming and stuff. Make sure y'all check that out. More shit coming soon and all of that. But yeah, so you gotta have a mind for this. You know what I'm saying? To actually see it in reality. One, the first thing, it all comes from native hobbyism. And that's a tactic they established way back in the 1700s, probably further than that. I want to say probably like the 1500s, when the settlers first came over here, starting to use one Indian based upon them getting some of their goods and services against another Indian and things of that nature, to destroy the tribal energy. And that's kind of the practice that they be doing over and over again and stuff like that. That's why they love showing black people against each other, love making black people beef, love making black people all of that, love throwing narratives into black people's shit, you know what I'm saying? Love, infiltrating communities, turning up a hood, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit comes from them. You know what I'm saying? As far as when I say turning up a hood, I mean, let's say somebody blowing up, then you go get a other person, they enemy, 10,000 racks. Who started that shit? The government, to war with these people. So that's all of their shit. All of their shit is infiltration shit. Let's start there. Let's keep that. Now, when we see it on an updated scale in 2024, this is what it looks like. It looks like native hobbyism. It looks like using one Indian to get another. Now, Drake ain't necessarily Indian. You know what I'm saying? He is motherfucking he's Jewish, and he got a little black because his motherfucking dad. That shit probably just, if it ain't African, it go back to India, Native American, the copper people that was here. You know what I'm saying? When motherfucking settlers came here long before. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that it furthers that native hobbyism agenda, using one Indian to get rid of another. So that's the basis of America. And if you can do that and do that successfully, where they can rub their hands and make sure y'all do that, and they can get away with it and stuff like that, make sure it look like Kendrick did it, okay, then motherfuckers can motherfuckers can get exalted until it's time for Kendrick ass to get washed and stuff like that, because he talking too big and stuff like that. So it's all manipulation games and tactics. So that's what you need to know right there is the first agenda, before we even get into the points and stuff like that. Now, these is the points why it will be the end of Drake and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And nobody on the internet got this game, but who you hearing it from right now? Cito the Spirit. Kill Cito. Cito. What's good? L's or W's in the chat. L's or W's in the chat, man. Shout out to homeboy right here. Shout out to homeboy right here. All right. So, speaking on further terms, boom, let's get into the first point and shit. We in the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why is, one, it furthers the metaverse new agenda. This is the first reason. It furthers the metaverse new agenda. So everything about, you know what I'm saying, like I said, they think they some robot people now or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people that practice having no feelings or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of how they've been using this new system to kind of cope what they did towards the Native Americans, because they just got to cope with them not having no feelings. They wives and they children may be liking Native Americans in our spirit because it get them more in tune spiritually and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But them being on a time like, well, I had to do it. I had to do it. If you wouldn't have this building, bitch, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It furthers that. You know what I'm saying? It furthers that whole, all you see is this robot shit is an allegory to that sentiment alone. That sentiment when it comes to the native hobbyism and how they was cold and stuff like that, and how that, so everybody you see promoting that, Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying, everybody, they all a part of it. You know what I'm saying? They all a part of that agenda and stuff like that. And it's all about getting rid of native mind thinking and stuff like that and letting them capitalize over here. So it furthers the metaverse, entering robot world. You know what I'm saying? And so when you see somebody, when you see things happen in real life, like a death of a star or something like that, like in the esoteric realm, we all viewing that thing. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that blow up like a big ass explosion, like real life, like damn, something falling or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they try to cause, because they raise you up. Now, what did that mean? So up is really out, but they put you on their screens and shit like that. Boom, boom, boom. They all project you out and things, and that's how they raise you up. But they raise you up on their platforms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? With their agendas and, you know, the people that you got to shake hands with, and behind all of that shit, all of this is practice and shit like that. But you know, they raise you up to tear you down, and that's a death. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you see a death or a sacrifice, that always means like we entering a new age. So they need that energy or a death to kind of solidify, like damn, like how I came on here, like damn, something changed or something for real. Like that's the energy that they try to create. You know what I'm saying? To create the ritual and spell of death to make y'all invested in, okay, we are in a new time and things. And what better way to do that than use one of their puppets and shit like that. And now Drake, he been the representation ever since he came out with the Sprite commercial and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Him being an androgynous being and shit like that. That's all that meant. And all, guess what? All happened to that. It was more feminism in the world. It was more that being promoted. It was more woman empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And then now, guess what? We got a new narrative. We got Trump. And now you see the destroying of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the destroying of that, the more masculine figure coming back in. So this shit, Drake, they finna get rid of Drake as a whole character and shit like that, as a motherfucking part in time of a place that meant something, like pagan, like some that they have put in the Bible, like you know what I'm saying? A certain, like, I'm telling you, this is how they think, getting deep. But you know, demonic, they'll put a demon over you or something like that, or label you a demon because you represent a time where, yeah, they didn't let you eat, they didn't let you get to the top, but you didn't know you was part of an order, of a fashion, of getting rid of a native and shit like that. And then this new technology, native androgynous shit that they're trying to like do and shit like that, you know. So all of that shit, all of this shit, uploading your consciousness online and stuff like that, that's just about them watching y'all and stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody really uploading their mind to a chip. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, them watching y'all. That's all. That's all it is. They watching. So be all aware of that as well too. Okay. So yeah. So so it furthers the metaverse and a new agenda. So we enter in the robot world. So we see in the death and the sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, of an androgynous being and stuff like that. And the, you know, they didn't like that energy in the past because, okay, they viewed the natives as too soft and too in tune with their emotions. So they wanted y'all to be more hard. Just like the shit I posted with the motherfucking the chiefs killing them, and then a chief killed the other chief, but the Europeans didn't like the punishment of that the tribes gave to the person that killed the other person, and so they took jurisdiction over everybody's all the natives and shit like that. They took all their jurisdiction over crime and robbery and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They was like, no, put these niggas in jail or give them the death penalty. That's too weak. Y'all shouldn't be sending nobody over here to, you know what I'm saying? They gonna look at us like we run our government weak and stuff like that. And we got some, see, so it's like that. It was like that. They thought that character's weak. So sacrificed. You feel me? Sacrificed. That's it. That's it. That's all. So it furthers the metaverse and the new age agenda. So that's what you need to know. Now we enter in the robot world, you know what I'm saying? Age of Aquarius, aka this is my age for real, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, this is how you can get to talk here and know how to go about here and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? This is what they got going on and stuff like that. So now that's just the first point. Now two, before we get to the second point is the powers that be, oh hey, they have to win. It's their game. Okay, so this when we get to La La Land. So this is why I come in and stuff like that, because you know this is where the real work is and stuff like that. You thinking this is a thing that is some shit that's kind of like not weird in the first place is your problem and stuff like that. You get wet off money and stuff like that, not knowing this is a practice. This is a system. This is something that's rolling and stuff like that. And you only can get used or get the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? So they have to win in this game. So you going here, going to negotiate here, think you hard here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Texting niggas' wives here. You know what I'm saying? You know, and getting back here to setting up your game here, looking like you gaining power structure, like you can run up and all that looks scary to them. You know what I'm saying? And then looking like you can take over the music game in their company. No, they gotta win. No, they gotta win. This ain't even about who can win at the end of the day. This native hobbyism world, nigga. You ain't doing that and trying to put, you know, niggas on stage in that way and stuff like that. Nigga, you then fucked up. You done fucked up the fashion. You done fucked up the game. So that's you get the fuck out the way. That's the second reason your ass is not gonna win in that. Okay? So know that WLs, all the W's, all the W's. I know I'm better than all the streamers, case in that, everything. Yeah, but so boom, three, y'all know. All right, Drizzy, you probably was messing with their wives. That's why you probably was messing with their wives. And they weren't even messing. You probably weren't even like. You probably was intermingling or texting some of their wives or something like that. Some of them label people, or just flirting with their wives, or insinuating that you could fuck their wives or something like that. They ain't like that. They don't like that either. You know what I'm saying? They got to get rid of you and stuff like that. You reminding them of the Indians. You know what I'm saying? You coming over America's soil getting too wet. You coming to America's soil getting too wet. So you got to go. You got to go, my good brother. You got to go. Okay. Now, even if you don't do this, the other point is, let's say you wasn't messing with their wives. Like I said, just because you got that energy where it just watch an old Western movie. People still people. So people still got a sense of morality. It's a group of men that come up with a concept on how they can do something and get away with it. And when they come to that concept, they leave their wives out of it, but they do it as an order or fashion. Just like some KKK. Like if your wife found out that you was a KKK member, she'd probably leave you. She probably think you sick or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you thinking it's gonna, put you in the business, put you in game, okay, that's gonna be your fashion. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So even if Drake wasn't texting their wives, which is my third point, you know what I'm saying? With the messages, he was still probably having two influence And shit, they was playing too sexy red or something too much. He like, you know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, baby. It's like this nigga Drake. Got to get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the third reason you probably got it. So just know that too. Know that too. You know what I'm saying? Know that too. You got to get sacrificed. You got to get sacrificed, brother. You have to get sacrificed, Drake. I'm sorry. You texting the wives too good. You texting the wives way, way too good. All right. All right. So that's the third. That's the third reason. That's the third reason. And we got one last reason, and we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap it up. It's only 4 reasons, my 4 reasons. Like I said, y'all got the right to rebuttal and say whatever and stuff like that. Send this to Drake and stuff. Maybe this will help his career if it get out. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? If you retweet it or something like that, people probably know the truth or something like that. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Drake, you know what I'm saying? You got to listen for imaginations, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to listen for imaginations, man. Infatuation can be useful until you see you shaking Satan's hand, running around like you say a man, get him to say a man. You know what I'm saying? He was praising God real good. Oh, God is watching me. God be watching. No. Lucian Grange showed you who God was. Now it's going to be hell on earth. God is watching me. Oh, God is watching me. Oh, get your stuff. God is watching. God's plan. Right, real shit. He was praising God. I bet you he ain't finna drop God plan again. I bet you he ain't finna drop God plan again. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for him to write right now. It's very hard for him to write. He don't know what to think. He don't know how to tell y'all. He don't know no starting point. All he know, I gotta sue and shit like that. Sue Indian government, ritual Indian government, sue Indians. So it's like crazy, like, you know, God is watching me. Oh, he was wet off that. He was wet. When you number one, yeah, you wet, but you gotta realize what game you playing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't playing your game. This is the second point. That was the second point. It's not you. They have to win at all costs. This ain't even about what you think you can come over here and live the American dream and country free. This not about that. No, it's not. It's not, my good brother. God is watching me. Oh, all right. So, boom. First, we're gonna get to the fourth one right now. We're gonna run over this. So, the first one, it furthers the metaverse and the new age agenda and stuff like that, which is the death and the enter the robot world. So, if they can defeat him with bots and stuff like that, and wash their hands and get away with it in some way, because you know, essentially you kind of got to play the game a little bit to be in it already. Like you playing the game is like you kind of guilty by association by default and stuff. So he was probably playing the game good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's probably playing a game where at times, that's why everybody coming out with that sentiment like you did it too, or I know you didn't have some situations where they didn't flip the script for you and did some shit for you, and he probably did, and he probably can't sit in here and deny that. So it's like it don't really matter about the what he did. I mean, it don't really matter about the face of the situation when he did it at his time. The energy behind it was still the same. So everybody can kind of use that energy to kind of say, okay, yeah, you was on some shiesty shit. The shit is shiesty in general. So you did some shiesty shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of in the mix at that point. It's like, you know, you can't really just run off and, you know, cry about it when you're not getting your way, but you can for the sense of trying to protect, you know, what you built, your image and stuff like that. If you seeing, damn, my numbers is decreasing for real. Like I know if I put out this song, it ain't gonna be doing these types of numbers, and this because of this, and possibly that these niggas was involved, and I didn't know something about it. You know what I'm saying? It can really give off that, you know. So you like, damn, you fucked up at that point. So you like, why is I'm being used like this? Then you only can go back to your own points. Okay, one time you was texting a nigga wife or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Texting a nigga wife because, you know what I'm saying, you was up, you know, you had money and stuff like that, or niggas them probably don't like your morality for real and stuff like that. You brought them a lot of money. But trust me, this is about humiliation to people that is creative in America. It's not nothing but that. You know what I'm saying? So don't get on no motherfucking, don't go, you know what I'm saying? Anything you creative and you need them to be creative or something like that is about humiliation. That's the only way. It's exploitation, humiliation, and stuff like that. And other than that, you try to create your own shit from the ground up without their help. See how fast it don't go nowhere. So it's about that. Now, the fourth point. So my 4 point, and this is like one of the most important points. One of the most important points. Okay, this kind of all ties it together and stuff like that because the energy they kind of trying to get us on this for real, but they need more energy about this because like the election, it was it was it was effective, but it wasn't effective enough to the point where they can really start implementing all of the real racism and the overtly masculine energy that they want to start implementing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like this it's like this energy like over like okay. But anyway, the 4 point is that this aligns with bringing Trump in for presidency. Like I said, we going into that more energy where bitch shut the fuck up and you don't got no laws like type shit. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So, with that being said, the elimination of Drake, it brings, death to like the pseudo alpha male with they, like I said, what they is doing some native hobbyism and trying to call that Indian man. Instead, this male that they want you to be or want you to be is more so that's why they picked Kendrick because he kind of got the watered down version of it, but it kind of aligns with the man that wants a family. He want religion, he want tradition, and back to conservative views. So, like I said, this is why you see CNN and people like CNN and like more reporters that are in like real shit reporting on this because they kind of gearing everybody up for this Trump presidency and this conservative era that they trying to bring on everybody and stuff like that. And because they remind them of the time when they took over or something like that. It's just some sick shit, like some sick shit they into and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with helping people mind and shit like that. None people like helping people like, you know what I'm saying? Just no like taking over. Nothing for real. None, just no new way to be racist and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like practice racism on a level or something like that. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. So, with that being said, when it's tied to that, when it's tied to something like the Trump presidency and stuff like that, and you see this and them getting rid of that kind of go beyond what Drake can probably stop. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't rub enough people the wrong way, enough people that he rubbed the wrong way is more on the side of okay, you know what I'm saying, man, you being Mr. Girly Man, you know what I'm saying, you being Mr. Certified Lover Boy and stuff like that. Now we want God, we want family back, we want one. Do y'all know we want like if you like that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So you got like people like Myron out here running conservative views and stuff. That's why he just trying to get a check. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to align with some people behind the scenes, like how they talk or something, and whatever faith or religion they show, and they rub their dicks together behind the scenes or something like that. It's like weird stuff like that going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So that's kind of beyond Drake and what he can kind of stop, if he getting that play ran on him, because it kind of do seem like he kind of getting the play ran on him by other Kendrick Lamar and them just happy or whatever and stuff like that. They got their moralities and stuff like that, which ain't really shit. You know what I'm saying? But they got their moralities and stuff and doing dropping their shit, so they just happy and whatever, hopefully this don't take too heavy. They just going off the fact and maybe hopefully thinking like it will be glazed over as Kendrick just lost or something. So we got to watch the court case because I don't know about the bots and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But if they're not able to prove that in case or whatever, and Drake is saying that what happened and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? This is, like I said, this is further in the into a robot age. You know what I'm saying? So they always try to use ways to destroy you. And if they can feel like they can do it without being obvious, then, you know what I'm saying, this will be the way. And they got many ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you guys just be careful. And so, like I said, you know, this really ain't none of my business, but my business is in the business of being in reality and, you know, kind of helping other people understand their experiences and shit like that as Cito the Spirit Coach. You know what I'm saying? Online and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can book a reading with me. You know what I'm saying? My services are, I got, you know, services and consultations, you know, Cito.world/services for booking and stuff like that. You know, email me if you want to do some music or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We could talk prices and stuff and etc. Other than that, man, I'm the motherfucking hardest rapper too. You know what I'm saying? Better believe that. You know, better believe that. And you know, and people that's associated with me, of course, you know, then they the hardest too. So that's that. But yeah, so yeah, man, this case of the Drake ass whooping, like I said, like that shit kind of go beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he gonna be able to get out of that one. He might not be able to get out of that one. He might not. You know, he might not. It's kind of looking like, you know, they didn't silt it up. They're like, all right, you know, this kind of makes sense and stuff like that with our order and our Masonic order and how we going about that. And, you know, and he's been being an asshole. He's been being an asshole to you. He's been what? For you, Jerry, don't fucking tell me this guy's been texting your motherfucking wife. He's been texting your wife too. She fucked him? No, she didn't fuck him. She fucked him? Oh my God. Oh, let's pull a plug. I got plug at CNN. We're gonna get CNN on there and tell Charlemagne and God and all of that motherfuckers get his ass and shit like that. He's gonna be the new face of what we thought the Indians were. These motherfuckers think they can fucking mess with her fucking. Yo, these motherfuckers do not play at all, man. Yo, these motherfuckers do not play. You get any power, man, you better bow and put your knee down in the motherfucking dirt, nigga. You can't negotiate shit, nigga. You gotta practice some native hobbyism, nigga. You gotta do what Jay-Z did. You gotta leave one of your best friend. Your circle too tight or something like that. Nah, they don't like that shit. Like you look like you getting you putting people in good positions and stuff and not telling them and thinking that, you know what I'm saying? Hell no, they ain't going. They ain't going, bro. They ain't going, bro. They ain't going for that. So there's just a sad reality. It's just sad reality. But yeah, man. This will be the end of fucking Drake. This will be the motherfucking end of Drake. Yeah. So you know, it's positives and negatives and everything. Positive, you know, Drake maybe learn not to get wet off American culture. You know, learn how to fight the good fight, like fight the real fight. You know what I'm saying? Like do music like Cito the Spirit Coach. Like I'll at least be talking about the real shit, but my music is hard, still harder than yours too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta look at it like that too. You can't get lost. And then in his bag, if he already like he ain't like Drake in the first place for real and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, man. Y'all gotta be careful with stepping in these games and playing these games with they game, bro, and doing that to, you know, the people that look like you, because that should be coming back, bro. You always got to make sure it's like, but it's hard to do that within their system too, because they already be pointing out mentalities of people that they know that maybe not gonna go with the weird shit that they gotta be into, even if it's like acting a certain way towards a person or thinking about it or saying some shit you wouldn't say around this person, but you can say it around these people and stuff like that. Is you showing them, okay, you'd rather be with them type shit. Like it's that simple. So these is the things that motherfuckers gotta be aware of when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And participating with the game, with the game, with the game. So I want everybody to know that it's all right. We just gotta have better starting points. We can't get lost in the imagination of the game and understand what type of world we in. They always gonna show you in the world, and they always gonna try to make it look like God did. So, yeah, I hope you guys, enjoy your night. This is my video. This is what I think. Make sure you leave comments. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, hit the share button, and motherfucking don't ever forget to get your ass in the game.